I had allowed Hon Oguzu Lee.
Mr. Speaker, I rise on plight of Ugandans who cannot afford medical care. We have two classes of people in this country. One class can afford to be funded by government to go for health care out of the country, while the other class perishes if they cannot afford to mobilize resources. As I talk now, I've been added to so many groups, all trying to fundraise resources for medical care. Mr. Speaker, on the 23rd, when the young people attempted to march to Parliament, I read a placard from a girl who said her mother died because she could not afford access to intensive care unit and she could not afford to be flown out. Why did she demonstrate? She said she was demonstrating because Parliament, instead of catering for the health care of Ugandans, is now busy budgeting for clothing for our presiding officer and our presiding officers. And that's what her placard says. To me, that was an indictment. It also amounted to like a blackmail. And for us to be clear, I want to move under Rule 43. Can the commission or the commissioners tell us if we have ever budgeted for clothing of our presiding officers in the budget? Secondly, I want the Minister of Health to tell us what is the criteria Ugandans should follow to access health care. If I want to be flown and I'm from the village, if I want to go to India, America, to be flown like any one of us, what is the criteria so that we can be able to pass this information to the rest of the country and there will be seen to be equity and this house will be seen to cater for the needs of the country. I thank you.
Thank you. I think the first question I can volunteer to answer on behalf of the Parliamentary Commission. Number one, it's true in the line budget of Parliamentary Commission, we have in the line for clothing, I think, and beddings in the office of Speaker and on the office of the Deputy Speaker. And when I saw it in the media, someone sent it to me, I took time to ask, because apart from this wig and this gown, Parliament has never bought me anything. Apart from this wig and this gown. So I followed up and I said, where does this money go? Because I asked, listen, I asked my executive secretary, and they informed us, we have officers. You have protocol officers who are supposed to be smart in the image of government. We have people, yes, we have people in security who are in cross protection especially and are putting on private. We have these security officers who are always roaming with us, moving at night. Sometimes we also have tents. Sometimes I go in a place where there is no hotel, I sleep in a tent. I also have a small tent mobile, okay? And all that money is spent via procurement. There's competition. People, they run procurement. They get extra uniforms for these officers who are always moving around somewhere, getting problems with their chest, goggles and all that. That's where the money goes. I can tell you, I would rather come and borrow that beautiful suit of yours than Parliament buying me a suit, because I'm well paid by Parliament. I don't need to get anything from Parliament in terms of clothing. But for the wig, unfortunately, you don't have any, so I can't borrow a wig from you. I wish that hat was being allowed. So that one I wanted to read it. And thank you, Honorable, for raising it. Yeah. The next question is for the Minister.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me use this time to thank the God that made you survive and your colleagues. God is great. and we shall always thank him. Right Honorable Speaker, I do appreciate my colleagues' concern, but I want to make it clear that it's not a matter of that I want to fly abroad. I want to access medical treatment abroad. There is a procedure, Right Honorable Speaker, colleagues. One, that there must be a patient, and this patient must be having a physician, any referring doctor that has been attending to that patient. Number two, if the patient is referred from the previous treatment, consultations, and recommendation, the patient has to apply through the medical board. And this medical board is composed of a team of different surgeons, depending.
Information I have is very important, by the way. Information, right honorable minister.
Information is allowed by a colleague holding the floor, not the speaker.
I'm
So-
requesting her to give me
Thank you.
She has the floor. Right honorable minister, right honorable speaker, Honorable Oguzu.
Oguzu Lee.
That name, he raised a very important issue. Right honorable speaker, there is syndicate in government hospitals. That is Mulago, Kiruddu, and the Kawempe. There are doctors inside the hospital. When you go to the consultation room and you refer to an X-ray, when you bring back the report, that same doctor tells you the doctor who is supposed to work on you will work on you next week. But if you want to be worked on as early as possible, I can give you a contact of another doctor to work on you. I have evidence, Honorable Speaker. Even I have screenshots from some patient that this happened in Kiruddu. Then when this person called the doctor was inside the hospital. So that doctor said, you are giving me 500,000 to work on you. The patient said, no, I have 100,000. The doctor said, no, I cannot work on you with your 100,000 till they agreed to pay 250,000. The following day, the patient was worked on. So there is a lot of extortion in those hospitals. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable colleague, are you ready to give very clear information and details and contacts
Yes,
of that
I'm
patient?
ready.
Because this is a very strong, it's a very strong statement and issue.
Right, Honorable Speaker, even to add on that, I went to Kiruddu myself. When I was entering the gate, the security told me, give me some money before you enter. I said, yeah, I don't have money. Then he said, if you don't have money, you're going to park outside the gate. I said, I'll pay when I'm getting out. I didn't introduce myself. When I was getting out, he told me, where is the money? I said, no, I don't have money. He said, when you come back here, you are not going to be allowed inside when you have not paid any money. So there is a lot of extortion. Minister of Health should wake up and start monitoring. People are in hospitals, but they are not being worked on because they have no money. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister, as you respond, this is a very serious issue, but for clarity on the procedure you are talking about, please, our private citizen is also entitled to this service. I just wanted that to be clear.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, colleagues, I want to thank my colleague for that very vital information. As a ministry, we are so much concerned about ethical and the way patients, that's why we are to give patient care. I want to call upon her and every member here, whoever has such information, which is very vital and which can improve on our service delivery in our hospitals, to come, give us the evidence, we sit together, then we go and investigate. We have interdicted many and we have handled many cases. Right Honorable Speaker, my next point was, it's not a matter of for the rich. Everyone can go as long as that process has been followed. That there is somebody who refers you, after referring you,
Who pays and private citizens.
private citizens are also, by the time you are referred, let me take example, for example, from this parliament. If any member of this parliament is to be No, I am just, if, let me give an example of any private person. Any private person, a sick person, would have been having a doctor managing that person. From different, let me just finish on this one. Because I'm giving what is practical.
Honorable, I request you not to respond to people who are not on record. Our answer won't look clean.
Right, Honorable Speaker, much obliged. I'm saying any private person who is sick must be having somebody, a doctor, attending to that person. And when the matter needs reference to any hospital abroad, that person attending to the patient will write to the health board, medical board, with all the documents and the case, so that he is requesting that this person needs to be referred abroad for further management, for any medical management.
Let's listen to the minister. Let's listen to the minister first, Honorable colleagues. Yes, Honorable Minister, continue.
I am giving the process that goes on. Right, Honorable Speaker, once these documents have gone with the patient to the medical board, which medical board is composed of a team, they look at that, they sit as a team, they find that yes, this patient requires this service abroad, we don't have it in this country. When it comes to payment, there are two things. There is where they have also disclosed who is going to meet the expenses abroad, and the referring hospital where the patient is going. So any person who has come from a different institution, from a private, from individuals, they have got identified where the other person has been referred. Then the board, when they approve, they will approve either to say this institution or this is the money from that, and your case needs to be handled. And that's what goes on.
Yeah.
Thank
No.
you.
Honorable Chair, Committee on Health. You see, honorable colleagues, there are issues which I know are very critical, but the time you have and how we are coming for them, you find we shall not do justice to these issues. Chairperson, Committee on Health, really, I assign you that issue to engage the minister, to invite the ministry, and members who have issues around that, they can go in, make submissions, and even the public, and you bring here a report.
Much
Yes.
obliged, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, and issues of the risk, those are things which can be asked by the committee. The committee will handle in detail.